I have faith that you will find a way to help my husband.
Oh, okay. Sure, we can do that, I guess. I don't know how to get down from here. Oh, probably this ramp. That'll do it. Alistair, which one's your room? Is it this one? Oh my god, there's shit here. I want all of it. Guess I can get rid of these. Get rid of this stupid mud idol. I want the stuff. I want to loot all of it. I don't have enough room. I can't carry. Come on. Okay. We'll come back here.
Now's better than later.
Oh, but I want to keep the gift because I'm going to be giving gifts. I don't know what that is. Let's get rid of that. Sure, I can get rid of all. You know what? Why don't I just get rid of all of this stupid shit? Never gonna use. I mean, I'm sure I could use it, but like, why would I? Fill it up with other shit that I'm never gonna use, please. Okay, what was in here? Ah! Okay, now I have enough. Sweet. Okay, let's get out of here before I find more stuff. No, I can't look around because then I'm gonna have to loot. I just can't do that to myself right now. Can I hit on Bantegan anymore, or is that pretty much past? I'll try once more. Hello?
You return. Might you have news?
Oh no, you don't want to hit on me. Are you calling Eamon's Knights back?
Yes, but they are returning slowly. No doubt the war's progress, as well as the Darkspawns, hinders many of them.
Okay, bye.
Then I must resume my duties. The civil war continues, and Loghain is no doubt
it was a
angered
fleeting
Redcliffe has
romance,
not
you
been
know?
disabled. Good luck, my lady. You are a great and noble woman. I hope it continues to go well, for all our sakes.
No problem, my guy. Thank you for treating me with some sort of respect and love. It's a fruitless effort to find love in the midst of battle. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm getting kind of tired. I think the tower took a lot out of my mental energy, so we're gonna talk to our team. Let's go better know our crew. Because that sounds lovely right now. And I have gifts to give. I don't really know who wants what gift, but that's what the internet is for. I think the Alistair amulet is probably a dead giveaway on who wants that, but you know, you never know. Maybe Morgan's like, oh, I really want to torment him. Can I not go? Oh, this is our campsite.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
What's on your mind?
I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Isle's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction. It makes me feel good that at least we were able to save something. No matter how small. I owed the Isle that much.
You're welcome.
Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh wait, it's not Tuesday, is it?
Okay, let us give some gifts to our companions. Where were those gifts located? Over here? Okay, here we go. So this is most certainly going to be going to Alistair.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it?
I stole it from the castle. It was in the study.
Oh, the Arl study?
Yeah.
Then he must have found the amulet after I threw it at the wall. And he repaired it and kept it. I don't understand. Why would he do that?
Maybe he meant to give it back to you.
Maybe he did. He might even have brought it with him one of those times he came to see me at the monastery. Not that I would have given him a chance, as belligerent as I was to him. Thank you. I mean it. I thought I'd lost this to my own stupidity.
Okay, what else do we got? Alright. Wow, we got so much. Okay, let's see who wants the small gold bar. To the internet! So a small gold bar will keep because we don't have that companion that will like it the most. So what is next? Black Grimoire. Oh, Morrigan wants it. Give that to Morrigan. Here you go.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? Ever since we discovered the condition of the Mage's Tower, I had wondered if it might be recoverable, but I had yet to speak of it to you. How fortunate that you found it on your own. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
You're welcome.
I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
Okay. That went well. It's always good to give approval points for Morrigan since she is a hard woman to please. Let's see. Gold bar. Okay. Sun Blonde Vint. Ah. That goes to another person. Ooh, I'm guessing this will be something Liliana wants, but let's check. Oh, to win. I wouldn't have suspected that at all, unless the internet has lied to me. Let's try giving it to win.
A generous gift.
Oh, she does like
Thank
it.
you ever so much.
Okay, silver frame still life. Alright, that goes to Sten.
I am impressed. My thanks.
You're welcome. White moonstone. Oh, goes back to our guy.
I could get used to this, you know.
I could get used to this, you know. Okay. Water stained portrait. I guess Sten must really love paintings.
Unexpected. Thank you.
Oh, this has got to be a Liliana one. Yeah, that seems very Liliana.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
Okay, Wynn is a wine drinker.
Generous gift. Thank you ever so much.
And steel braces are the last real gift we can give. No, no one really. So no one really is like, ooh, I want that. Everyone's just kind of cool with it, so we can really give this to anyone. Let's see. So that's where we're at with Wynn. Morgan, we're not doing too good with. Her approval is 0. How do we have... I guess we'll give it to Morgan.
Interesting.
Okay, we got +3. I didn't realize... I thought we were doing a little bit better with Morgan. Okay, let's save and talk to our crew and see if they have anything new to say. Alistair, you're up.
Maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Chances are we'll be heading to Denerim soon. And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up.
You have a friend outside the Grey Wardens?
I'm not talking about a friend, exactly. And no, it's not that sort of friend either. The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only, I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret, after all. But, after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking, and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim.
Well, have you contacted her?
No. I thought about writing her, but I never did. And then we were called down to Ostagar, and I never got the chance. She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
If you want to, we can try.
Could we? I'd appreciate that. If something happened to her and I never went to at least see her, I don't know if I could forgive myself. Her name is Goldana, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. If we're in the area, then, well, it's worth a look.
No problem, bud.
Something on your mind?
Has anyone ever told you how handsome you are?
Not unless they were asking me for a favor. Well, there was that one time in Denerim, but those women were not like you. Why? Is this your way of telling me you think I'm handsome?
And if it is, what then?
Oh, nothing much. I just get to grin a bit and look foolish for a while.
Ooh. Ooh, that went well. Okay, girl.
At your service.
Oh, he likes me. I don't know if we have any other questions. I don't remember. Have we talked?
You never asked?
I wanted to ask about your birthright. I don't think we've talked about this. Well, I'm hurt that you didn't trust me.
No, please don't think that. It's not that I didn't trust you. It's... Please, let me try to explain. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then, after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
How about, by the way, I'm the heir to the throne.
Yes, well, I suppose part of me kind of liked you not knowing.
You enjoyed not telling me?
It's just that anyone who's ever found out has treated me differently afterwards. I was the bastard prince instead of just being Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, but I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
Doesn't sound that stupid.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Al Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne than I am. He's not royal blood, but he was Kaelin's uncle. And more importantly, is very popular. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. I guess I was just hoping that you would like me for who I am. It was a dumb thing to do.
That's so dramatic. Apology accepted.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
No, we're at camp. We're gonna be chilling out for the rest of the night,
At your
Alistair.
service.
I have some
course.
questions. Oh Can I ask? Wait, is this asking something kind of personal? If you were raised in the Chantry, have you never...
Never what? Had a good pair of shoes?
You know what I mean.
I'm not sure I do. Have I never seen a basilisk? Ate jellied ham? Have I never licked a lamppost in winter?
Sex.
Oh, so that's what we're talking about. I admit I've never had a woman just come out and ask me like this, that's for sure.
I'm
I
a very
myself
thirsty dwarf.
never had the pleasure. Not that I haven't thought about it, of course. But, you know.
You never had the opportunity?
Well, living in the Chantry is not exactly a life for rambunctious boys. They taught me to be a gentleman, especially in the presence of beautiful women such as yourself.
Oh my god.
That's not so bad.
I am
Is it?
over Tegan. You think I'm beautiful?
Of course you are, and you know it. You're ravishing, resourceful, and all those other things you probably hurt me for not saying.
That's right. You flatter me. But so glad you remembered.
Let us be off then, lest your risque talk make my ears blush.
I like making this boy uncomfortable. Okay, one more conversation with Alistair, and then we'll
At
move
your
on.
service.
Because
Of
we
course.
got lots of things to talk about. Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but
I
well
mean, you're
made.
wearing it.
I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
I can't say that because he's literally wearing it right now. I thought Templars wore heavy plate mostly.
That's just in public. In private, we have these yellow and purple tunics, right? Much more comfortable, and you don't break the beds when you jump on them during a pillow fight.
You had a lot of these pillow fights, I take it?
On confession day, we could go all night. Being a Templar isn't all about chasing men in skirts and hiding behind priests, you know. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
Girl, why would I ask if I didn't want to know? You don't have to tell me then. I was just curious.
I suppose there's no harm in it then. Sorry if I was being perverse. I'm just not used to anyone asking me these things. The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
What did you enjoy about the training?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Aww. Orzammar is my home, I guess. I miss it.
But it's not your home anymore, right? You can never go back for good. I think I understand how you feel.
Yeah,
We
it's
won't
a
always be
bummer.
traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
You can always keep traveling.
Maybe. Could you? I don't know what I'd find out there that would be any different. I guess it would depend on where I was going. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Okay. Good talk, Alistair. Okay, what is going on with you?
Your dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off.
Okay, rude. Good, he will fell our enemies with his stench.
That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him.
Go ahead, he is getting a little rank.
Excellent. I will get my soaps, and the dog shall have his bath after supper.
Of course we pet Barkspawn. Such a good boy. We did get a lot of approval with Sten, so I wonder if he has anything he'd like to share with us today. I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Actually, never mind.
Very well.
I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
That's enough for now.
Then
I
I
guess we
suggest
don't
we
have
move
anything. Let's go.
As you wish.
I guess we don't have anything to talk about with Sten. He's just gonna keep his paintings in the corner and just look at them.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
Why do you look like a zombie? And also, do you have any tales to share since you were a traveling minstrel?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Do you know any Ferelden legends?
I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Oh, do tell. Flemeth. Morgan's mother was called Flemeth.
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists?
Oh, God. She didn't really introduce herself as such.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Okay, you gotta tell me the whole story, Liliana, because I am hooked.
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
Ooh, the plot thickens.
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes.
Ooh.
Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle run red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many chastened men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Korcari wilds.
That was great. I loved it. But I only have one time for one story because I can't handle too much lore at once, but I loved it. I was a great fan. Chef kiss. Okay, we got a plus one with Liliana. That's good. How's it going back here, Morgan?
What do you wish of me?
I'd like to ask you something.
If you must.
Is Flemeth really what she seems to be? I just heard a story about her.
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
An old woman.
Oh, she is certainly old. Have no mistake of that. Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
I just heard it. I know I've heard a little of it.
No doubt such a tale has mutated much over time and telling. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
I super duper desire this.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
Just how long ago was this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden.
Shit.
The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard, and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conobar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conobar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conobar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
Ooh, he sold his wife to another man?
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conobar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
So did she truly love Osen then?
That was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Shit. Which, she never invaded or he never defeated her?
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
So how is it that Flemeth has survived for so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
The legend tells Flemeth having many daughters.
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts.
Oh,
it may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
Aren't abominations usually insane horrors?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true?
I don't
There
know.
are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her.
That was an interesting story. Thank you, Morrigan.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
My mother died a long time ago.
Ah, then you have my sympathies for what it is worth. Which is very little, I am certain. It matters not. Let us move on.
Did I make it awkward? Hey, I got approval though. That's all that matters.
What do you wish of me?
I want more approval points.
If you must.
Did I ask this? Did you grow up in the Kakari Wilds?
Why do you ask me such questions? I do not probe you for pointless information.
You just asked
do
me
I?
about my mom. You could if you wanted to.
Oh, what luck. What is it you asked? If I grew up in the wilds? A curious question. Where else would you picture me? For many years it was simply Flemeth and I. The wilds and its creatures were more real to me than Flemeth's tales of the world of man. In time I grew curious. I left the wilds to explore what lay beyond, never for long. Brief forays into a civilized wilderness.
And you remained unnoticed?
For the most part. Flemeth taught me well. For all that I had been taught, however, the truth of the civilized lands proved to be overwhelming. I was unfamiliar with so much. So confident and bold was I, yet there was much that Flemeth could never have prepared me for.
Very daring. That sounds like you.
Equal parts daring and foolhardy, perhaps. Only once was I accused of being a witch of the wilds, and that by a Chastened who happened to be traveling with a merchant caravan. He pointed and gasped, and began shouting in his strange language, and most assumed he was casting some curse upon me. I acted the terrified girl, and naturally, he was arrested.
Oh, that was quick thinking. I like that.
Men are always willing to believe two things about a woman. One, that she is weak, and two, that she finds him attractive. I played the weakling and battered my eyelashes at the captain of the guard. Child's play.
Love
The
it.
point being that I was able to move through human lands fairly easily. Whatever humans think a witch of the wild looks like, 'tis not I. Not that I did not have trouble. There are things about human society which have always puzzled me, such as the touching. Why all the touching for a simple greeting?
I have no idea. I'm not human.
Do not speak to me of trivialities. Your culture is not so entirely different. There were many nuances that Flemeth could never tell me of. When to look into another's eyes, how to eat at a table, how to bargain without offending. None of these things I knew. I still do not understand it all, truth be told, but then I gave up long ago any hope of doing so. When I returned to the wilds last, I swore to Flemeth that I had no intention of leaving again.
Yet, here you are.
Yes, here I am. Well, let's get on with it before the ground opens up and swallows us, yes?
Hey, she likes me. Do you have anything you want to, like, a quest or anything you want to give me now that you like me a lot?
What do you wish of me?
I don't know, personal
We're
question?
in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
Never mind. Who is this creepy guy back here?
The Circle of Magi stands ready to assist, Grey Warden, as do the Templars of the Chantry.
They all work together?
The sincerity of your cause has drawn them together under a common banner. It would not have happened otherwise.
Ah, groovy. Good to know. Oh, Win! I haven't talked to you.
It's been a long day. Rest would be welcome.
Are you alright?
Yes, of course. I am just a little weary. As you may have noticed, I'm no spring chicken.
But you're hot. No, you're a person.
Very funny. But in all honesty, I do not know how many years I have left in me. I have lived for such a long time, but there is always something else to do. And I have to keep going in order to do it. I think I will be glad when I am done.
Hey, don't start saying those things. We need you.
Oh, no. I'm not the sort of person that leaves things unfinished. I'll see this through, I promise.
Good.
Have you encountered many abominations, apart from the ones in the Circle Tower?
Well, there was Connor.
Ah, yes, Connor, of course. The first time I saw an abomination, my blood turned to ice. It was months before the nightmares stopped. It was the knowledge that I could easily become one of them that frightened me the most.
But this knowledge that drives you, but it is knowledge excuse me, but it is knowledge that drives you to be cautious.
One slip. All it takes is one slip, and everything you are is simply gone. Replaced by madness. And there is no turning back, or at least that's what they say.
You have doubts?
Of late, I have begun to wonder if there is any way an abomination can be cured. Or if a mage could be so possessed and still retain their sanity, their humanity.
If one retains one's humanity, one is not an abomination.
Yes, it is madness and cruelty that define abominations. If those are lacking, if the mage remembers the person they truly are, then they are not an abomination. I never saw that. Thank you for showing me another way of looking at it. So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
Oh, let me tell you, Win, it is really bad. I was cast out to die in the Deep Roads. That's where I met Duncan.
You survived the Deep Roads and the Darkspawn that dwell there? Truly, you were born to be a Grey Warden.
Born the esteemed child of King Endrin. And now, I am nothing.
No, not nothing. You are a Grey Warden. One of the last of the Ferelden Wardens. We depend on you now. Take heart, dear friend. You survived, even when you were not expected to. We do not know yet what lies in store for you, or the name you carry. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden?
Well, being exiled has given me a freedom I've never had before.
Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
Thanks, Wynne. You're the mother I never had because she died.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you?
I guess it means being chosen to do something important?
There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men.
You mean to say I serve as a protector?
As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men. And you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they.
I suppose that makes sense.
A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant.
I don't think No, I like power. I like a little bit of power. Many kings are tyrants.
And the country suffers for it. If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Oh, Wynne.
What's on your mind?
There, now I can talk. Are you feeling a little bit better now?
Oh, yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better today.
I suppose you're tired, like you said.
I suppose I must be.
Oh, okay. Okay.
What's on your mind?
I was just thinking about a Grey Warden. Or...
Is something troubling you?
Oh, man, I don't know if I want to have this conversation right now. Well, sometimes I wish I could go back to my old life.
A Grey Warden should put aside the person that he used to be. It has shaped the person that he is, but he has become something greater. Grey Wardens have no titles. They owe no allegiance to a king or lord. They cannot serve one people. They must serve them all and protect them all. You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
Thank you, Mom. I'll be ready for when the time comes.
And that gives me hope.
Yes, Mom. Magic, Mom. I love you. Okay. I think we talked with our team for a good amount today. God, I look terrible with this helmet on. It just covers my beautiful modded hair.